Yo, what is good with y'all? It's your boy KAG, and today we're going to be discussing the Nintendo NX and why this patent has everything to do with it, and as well as, it may give us a little information into the future of Nintendo and the Nintendo NX, or a handheld of some sorts that Nintendo is currently working on. But anyways, let me tell y'all why I actually believe this is the NX. Now, first of all, this whole patent has to do with NFC or your amiibos, whatever you want to call them, those things that y'all collect at your house that you so love, that you have spent over $1,000 on by now, collecting every character. But anyways, regardless of all of that, these amiibos aren't going anywhere. We're not gonna kill them off with the 3DS and the Wii U gamepad, so they're gonna go ahead and transfer over to the NX because the NX makes so much money, or should I say Nintendo makes so much money off of these characters. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. So, what this patent is describing is, that mouse up there on the screen. Let's say that's Mario, and you placing it on this gaming device, and then this character shows up in the game, and you can play it or whatever, right? You can play with this character. Now, what makes this patent different from the other NFC patents that I have recently looked at is the fact that, number one, it takes these characters and it places them in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and number two, this device right here takes cartridges. Now, there's one other device that takes cartridges that we know also takes amiibo, and that is the new 3DS. But what makes this one different from the new 3DS is, number one, there's already patents for the new 3DS and the amiibo characters, and number two, the fact that the amiibo characters actually get scanned in through the screen. They actually are on the screen. You place the character on the screen, the character shows up in the game that way, such as like Smash Brothers. But this one is placed on the bottom right hand corner. Now, if you look at your Wii U gamepad, right, if you clean off the dust off of it, and you look on the bottom left hand corner of it, you will see that's where the NFC chip is. Now on this device, the NFC chip is on the bottom right. So yeah, that's different right there. And on top of that, what also excludes it from being a Wii U gamepad is the fact that this thing takes cartridges. Now, I don't know about you, but there is not a spot on my Wii U gamepad that I can plug a cartridge into it. Now, granted, yes, this thing only has an A and a B button and a D-pad up there, which we all know that's not how it's gonna end up looking in the long run. I'm sure there's way more buttons than that. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's talk about this patent a little more. Now, if you look over here on figure 2, and I hate to be so scientific or whatever y'all want to call it, but if you look over there on figure 2, you have where it says recording medium / game program, and then you see where it says recording medium / mountain unit. Now, you take the recording medium or game program or your game, your cartridge, and you plug it into the side of this device into the recording medium mounting unit. Now, this is that little spot, like if you look on your 3DS or your Super Nintendo, if you can find it, there's like a little spot there where you actually plug these games into, and then it mounts into there. That way it can read the data to this device. Now, the funny thing here is, on top of that it takes cartridges, is the fact that it's not actually connected to another device. So it's not transferring information like a Wii U gamepad does. So it's not transferring information from this device to a console of sorts. But on top of that, the funny thing is the fact that this thing, it has a screen, so that pretty much confirms NX will have a screen, which makes sense if you're gonna play Splatoon, or you're gonna play the new Mario, Super Mario Maker on here, when it gets transferred over, then yeah, you would need that screen there in order to be able to play it. But on top of that, you also see where it has a game processing unit, a figure processing unit, display processing unit, as well as a board processing unit, whatever that is. And you see it also has a storage unit, where I guess it can store or save some type of game or game data there. It also has communication units and operating units. Now, what I actually strongly believe is, number one, the NX is a hybrid of some sorts. I think I've pretty much stated that a million times, that I believe it's a hybrid of some sorts. But on top of that, I believe what it actually does is this will be like the future controller that people will always use, in my belief. This will be like the actual device that will get moved on throughout generations. So it'll be a controller that, number one, you can take on the go with you. So you can take this device on the go with you, play your games at your friend's house, at the bus station, train station, while you're traveling somewhere. Or, you know, if you're at work and you're just bored and you feel like you want to play a little Legend of Zelda, you pop this bad boy out, play a little LOZ, and on top of that, you can actually go home and you can connect it to your device at your house. This device, I believe, would be like your console, but for this, for this reason, we're gonna call it the supplemental computing device, because number one, it's not a standalone device. This right here is a standalone device. You can take this, you can take it on the go with you, but your supplemental computing device, or your console, or the NX, whatever you want to call it, it actually connects with this and allows you to play the game in higher definition, because it has more processing in it. It has a better GPU and stuff like that, CPU in it. But regardless, you still be able to play these games on the go, but you'll also be able to play them at home. So when it upscales on your TV, whether or not you have a 4K TV or you have an HD TV, it probably upscales it. Also, it allows it to play a little better. Maybe it has more graphic intensity in it, because you're now connected to this device. Now, on top of that, this device right here, like they were saying, if let's say I had one and a friend came over and they wanted to use my supplemental computing device or my NX console to play on their TV or whatever, or maybe even on the handheld itself, it increases the power of it. But, I get rewarded points for them using it, because maybe they don't have the NX itself. Maybe you can buy this separately, and you can buy the NX console-like model as a completely separate device from this. So you can buy this, but that's like an expansion pack kind of, sort of, or, a power booster. But you will probably be able to go ahead and take this one device, this handheld device, and connect it to future units that they come out with. Future supplemental computing devices with maybe more RAM, maybe a better GPU, maybe a better CPU inside of it, and you can connect it to it. So that way, it makes developing costs a lot cheaper, because number one, the recording medium is already in this device right here. Your game takes cartridges, so the cartridges automatically go in here, and over there on the actual console itself or the supplemental computing device, they don't have to put one of those in there, because the controller itself or the gamepad or the device already has that in it, as well as it has a sort of GPU and a sort of CPU and all of that in there. So that way it makes it cheaper to put out more powerful units, and on top of that, you get to keep the same games that you've been playing. So if you've been playing a new Super Mario Galaxy 3 on this device, when a future iteration of this supplemental computing device comes out, you can still play those exact same games, but now maybe it runs even smoother, or maybe the graphics are increased even more, and it would be like an update or some sorts. So that would make it a device, if you look at the PS4K, that device, you constantly it's gonna be a brand new console. It's, granted it's an upgrade, but it's still a brand new console. This one right here is a console that is constantly upgraded because you're just switching out the boxes, or maybe you're adding more boxes to it. So yeah, this is my whole theory on it. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna be getting a hybrid, y'all. Whether or not y'all believe it or not, you can take all this with a grain of salt or do with it as you may, but be sure to go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, as well as subscribe if you're new to this channel, and don't forget to share it on Twitter. But anyways, it's your boy KAG, and I'll talk to y'all in another video. Peace.